So Judge clear far and away the MVP of the American League, if not the entire league, and yet the Yankees are a half game out of first, and yet they could be so far in first if it weren't for their closer, who goes from all-star, to just one of the worst at the position in Clay Holmes. Where do you stand on that subject matter?
Clay Holmes didn't give up a run for like the first 2 months of the season.
I know that, and then he had some actual clean outings for a couple weeks. But 11 blown saves on the whole is something that is unsustainable. Would you not agree?
The Yankees are in a pickle right now, and let's remember what happened at the trade deadline. Carlos Estevez went to the Philadelphia Phillies. A.J. Puck went to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Michael Kopech went to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Lucas Erceg went to the Kansas City Royals. We can talk about reliever after impact reliever after impact reliever, and the Yankees knew that their bullpen was not strong enough, and they didn't go out and supplement it. They got Mark Leiter Jr. at the end, and he has not been the solution. And at this point with the Yankees, and Aaron Boone alluded to this yesterday, I think it may come down to either Luis Gil or Clark Schmidt, who are going to start off coming back from injuries in the rotation, turning into that leverage guy in the postseason, which is a dubious proposition. And yet, we need to also recognize that in playoff baseball, it's not necessarily about having a starter and setup guy and people who have assigned innings. It's just getting 27 outs. And you do it however you can. And if it's with guys who are in roles, okay, that's great. But we've seen the Houston Astros in years past rely on starters in relief roles. And we've seen other teams like Cleveland back in 2016 get to the seventh game of the World Series with Cody Allen and Andrew Miller and no bullpen aside from that. So it's not like you need a lot of guys. You just need reliable ones, and that's what the Yankees are still hunting for with, less than a month before the postseason begins.
So you could make a case, though, if you had to put your chip on the Yankees or the Mets to go further in the playoffs. Which one would you choose right now?
Yankees, because I think that the Yankees are going to make it, and I'm not sure that the Mets are going to make it at this point. They got to get past Atlanta, man. And Atlanta, despite all of its injuries, is still a formidable team. But once you get into the postseason, if the Mets are in there, yeah, I could see a really solid argument that the Mets have a better chance in the playoffs than the Yankees do.
Yeah, they're playing better baseball right now.
Yeah, unquestionably. They're playing really good baseball right now. And it's, you want to bolster Lindor's MVP case. The Mets are not where they are without him doing what he's done. And even beyond like the wins above replacement argument, which I think can be kind of reductive and facile sometimes, it goes down to what he does for that team and in that clubhouse. And I know it's really difficult to measure leadership, but I appreciate leadership so much, and it's what makes Aaron Judge, I think, such a special player. Beyond what he is capable of doing on the field, he is a really good and well-respected leader in that clubhouse.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.